Lovely stuff. That was Manus Maguire and the Carousel Waltz, ending tonight's Simply Folk for this year. And Ruth will be back at the same time next week. The programme is produced by Aidan Butler. Well, of course, we've heard such a beautiful version of Old Lang Syne on tonight's Simply Folk. In terms of ringing in the new year, here's the plan.
Ring in 2019 here on RTE Radio 1. Join John Creedon from 10 p.m. as he provides the soundtrack to your new year.
I'll be here in the highest tower of RTE, ringing them bells and presiding over 2 hours of music's finest.
Kick off 2020 with RTE Radio 1.
Christmas on RTE. Now you're home.
Hi, I'm Will Hannafin. Join me for a special New Year's Day edition of Sure 'Twas Better with this lot.
Jacob's Afternoon Tea in the big 3-pound tin. Simple, isn't it? Yet when you come to think about it, few gifts make as much sense.
Frankie basically does an ad for the 3-pound tin of Jacob's Cookies, but I hope Jacob's paid her handsomely because I'm going to do a big shop after this. And I am seriously considering a tin of afternoon tea.
Sure 'Twas Better, New Year's Day, 2 p.m, RTE Radio 1.
You're listening to RTE Radio 1. Now, Pat O'Mahony has the year's music highlights and a lot more over the next 3 hours in Late Date.
Thanks, Kathy.
Late Date on RTE Radio 1.
Indeed
the
music,
it is.
Oops.
Into the night.
Oops. Indeed it is me. Welcome to Late Date with yours truly, Pat O'Mahony, until 2 a.m. But first, here's the news with Kathy Cregan. If I play the right jingle.
A very good evening from the newsroom. I'm Kathy Cregan. The board of the Football Association of Ireland has tonight apologised to those involved in Irish football, the public and its staff for mistakes of the past. The apology was made following the reconvened AGM of the FAI in Dublin, where delegates were presented with the financial statements for 2018. FAI President Donald Conway said the situation facing the association is bleak but fixable and described it as a matter of huge regret.
I was part of a board for many years that has to bear responsibility, that has to bear collective responsibility for not doing better.
Gardaí have identified the man whose body was discovered at a house in Cork yesterday. He was aged in his mid-60s and was from the city, but his name won't be released until relatives are informed. 2 people are reported dead after a shooting at a church in Texas. A third is badly injured. Witnesses say a gunman walked to the front of the church in Fort Worth during a service and opened fire before being shot by a member of the congregation. Mike Drivdell is a spokesman for the Fort Worth Fire Department.
At 9:57 this morning, White Settlement Police Department received a phone call for gunshots, specifically a patient with gunshot wounds here at the West Freeway Church of Christ. When White Settlement PD and White Settlement Fire Department arrived on scene, they did find a total of 3 patients that have been transported in critical condition. That does include what they believe is the shooter.
A man has been charged in connection with the stabbing of 5 people at a Jewish celebration in New York State. Grafton Thomas pleaded not guilty to 5 counts of attempted murder at the home of a rabbi in the town of Muncie.
RTE Radio 1 weather with ESB Networks. Stay safe, stay clear when working near overhead electricity wires. For emergencies, call 1850 372 999.
The weather forecast mainly dry overnight, apart from some drizzle in the northwest of the country. Clear spells developing along with mist and fog patches, and lowest temperatures overnight 5 to 8 degrees Celsius. That's the news for now on RTE Radio 1.
Thanks, Kathy.
Late Date on RTE Radio 1. Into the music, into the night.
See, I let it all play that time. Getting the hang of it, slowly but surely. Welcome to Late Date this Thursday night, December 29th. with me, Pat O'Mahony, filling in for Cathal until 2 a.m. It's almost the end of the year. So tonight, tomorrow night, and then again on Wednesday and Thursday nights, I thought, with your help of course, that I'd look back and concentrate mostly on the best of 2019.